Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. This is the NAD hybrid digital DAC amplifier C388. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add the add-on module that they have, which is the MDC HDMI 2, which adds HDMI 4K, and you could use it this with 2-channel PCM. So you can't use it with a 5.1 source, from what I understand. It says to set your device to 2-channel PCM, whatever's connected to it. I also believe that it does not add any type of a on-screen menu. It's basically just a pass-through that can be used for audio. So let's do it. I'm going to turn around the amplifier so we can get to the back. So this did not come with any instructions. It just came with 2 screws and the card. Now the card is like the graphics cards for the computer, the PCI cards, AGP cards. So you could see what it looks like. With anything like this, you don't really want to touch it with your bare hands unless you touch something metal to discharge any static. So I am going to be taking off the gloves because I do have to unscrew this over here, so let's do that first. It's very small. Smaller than I thought. Reserved for optional MDC upgrade module, that's what it says. Alright. Yep, there's a little slot in there. What they have is they have some type of a plastic on over here. There's a little bit of plastic. So you just kind of got to pick it off. I guess they put it on here to protect it. So just again, try to make sure that you don't have any static on your body. Walk around the house, touch metal. If you have a computer, go over to the case, touch it. Maybe take something else or whatever this, plug it in, touch it. Just to make sure that you don't have any static. And if you could use a pair of gloves, even better. But for this, it looks like all I have to do is touch the outside. And there's a little slot over here on each side. So I don't know if that's going to light it up a little bit better or not, but there's a slot, and let's see, you just got to push it in, and it's sticking a little bit. I'm not forcing it now. I'm just kind of, now here I feel like it needs a little bit of a push, because anytime that you put in a graphics card or a PCI card, you typically got to give it a little bit of a push and it pops in. So again, at the end of it, it looks like there's a board just like it. Yep, that's it. That little pop, perfect. So now that that's done, I'm gonna put the screws back, and these screws are very tiny, so just make sure you don't lose them. Where is it? There it is. Just trying to find the hole. There it is. That one's not. Let's see. There we go. Now it went in easily. Let's make sure this is. And there we go. Module installed. Job well done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hook this up, and I'm going to try hooking it up to the Blu-ray player that I have, because it actually has a separate output as well for audio, which it has like a what do they call it? High quality mode. It's a Panasonic. And I'm also going to hook up a Roku to it, and I'm going to hook it up right to the TV on one of the other inputs because it has 3 HDMI ins and it has 1 HDMI out. So I'm going to try to compare the sound quality of it with playing through the HDMIs versus the Bluetooth streaming, because it seems like the only thing that this unit can do is stream from your device using the Bluetooth. I think that there's another module, if I'm not mistaken, that adds like that adds a Wi-Fi antenna. I could be wrong, but I think it has Wi-Fi or networking or something that can be put into this slot. So, you know, it's going to be interesting to see how the sound quality is with this. So I'm sitting over here with the NAD C388 hybrid DAC amplifier, or whatever the big name is that they have for it. Anyway, I'm over here with the Roku, and I go over to settings, I go to audio, and for example, right now I have it set to the PCM stereo mode. Okay, at PCM stereo mode, when I come over to watch a movie, the lips are out of sync. So basically, you'll hear the voice, and then a split second later, you'll see the mouth finish moving with no sound. So the voices are out of sync with the HDMI adapter, which is the MDC HDM 2. And also, I do want to point out that when I go to settings again, go to audio. I mean, you could hear the sound right now, that sounded like drums. Go to audio, go to PCM stereo. When I go here to the Dolby Digital Plus and DTS, hit that. Now it's set on, so HDMI set to that. And the sound, you can still hear it. So even when I come over here to a movie, say I go to Voodoo, so go over here, so go to continue. So let's just say right here, say Terminator Dark Fate. No good. I just want to point that out. We'll do it again. Because it does say in the manual to set it to PCM. So let's just say, let's go to Blade Runner. Let's go to resume. Again, no good. So just, you know, keep that in mind. It's kind of strange because even though over here the menu's okay, you do want to set it to the PCM stereo, and now it should sound okay. Let's go back to Blade Runner. I'm actually just going to back it up. You could probably see the lip sync right here where she's speaking. Or maybe not.
200 feet to the east. Fire.
Mouth is off.
Go north. Fire. Stop. 20 degrees.
I tried a few other movies and the mouth is just off. I mean, it's off by just a little bit, but it looks like a movie that's dubbed. So, you know, that might not exactly appeal to everybody. You know, just keep that in mind. I don't see any settings on the unit to change the sync. if I find something, you know, I'm going to update this, but I did just want to point that out. I don't know if there's any type of an update for the HDMI. I did update the firmware. There's 3 different ways to update it, or should I say there's 3 different things that have to be updated. And you have to use a USB, and you have to go over to your computer and format the USB drive to FAT32, and then put one file on at a time. Put the USB in the back with the switch off. The switch has to be off in the back, the on-off switch back here. So make sure it's turned off, and then when you flip the switch on, it's going to see that the update is on the USB, and it's going to update it. So that's just a, you know, that's just a very simple of how it goes. And then you're going to have to flip the switch in the back again. I found it to be a little bit iffy, so sometimes I had to do it a couple of times to actually get it to see the USB, but I was able to update it. It's not nearly as convenient as like the home theater receivers, like the way the Onkyo does it, or the Denons, the Marantz, you know, other brands, I guess. You know, it's very awkward. It would have been nice if there was some type of just, you know, easy way to, you know, to update it, but you do have to purchase a little thumb drive, and you do need a computer, and you got to download the file. And it's a type of thing that you know, you've probably done it on, you know, maybe you've done it on the PC, or maybe you know, maybe you've done it for other, you know, pieces of equipment or whatever over the years. It's just, you know, a manual update, you know, like updating the BIOS on the computer, you know, kind of, you know, similar to, you know, that sort of thing. But, you know, so far the sound quality is good, so, you know, that's important. And I guess something like this is really more so for audio, but, you know, there are going to be people that are going to want to use it for stereo. But with a device like the Roku, which is, you know, sitting right over here, the only thing I have is HDMI on this one. So it just has HDMI. So, you know, you're stuck with it.